From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Thursday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bimart. You see some of those low-lying clouds out there this morning, indicative of some of the rainfall that we have in the Yakima Valley. So this band of pretty light rainfall swirling around the region for this morning, impacting the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, and those are the two microclimates that are really being impacted for this morning. Temperatures, if you walk outside this morning, you're going to notice it feels a little muggy, even a little mild out there with 40s, 50s, and 60s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the Cascades. We're also seeing some 30s and 40s up in the Blue Mountains. Here's your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations. Our best chances of rainfall are going to come before lunchtime. After that, should be dry, getting mostly sunny skies, and it's going to be another day where we're going to be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. A few showers left over for this morning, mostly dry. The forecast is going to be mostly dry for Friday and beyond, and feeling pretty summer-like as we head into this weekend. I'll tell you just how warm it could get coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, new details are coming in this morning after crews recovered a missing woman's body from a submerged vehicle in a Quincy irrigation canal. We'll let you know what authorities say led to this heartbreaking discovery. And a wanted man on the run, but he doesn't get far. Coming up, how a canine and SWAT team all helped end an early morning standoff. Plus, the countdown to summer fun is on. We'll take a look at which Kennewick splash pads are opening just in time for Memorial Day weekend. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off. And we start with some details coming in this morning as authorities have recovered the body of a 24-year-old Quincy woman after her car was found submerged in a rural irrigation canal. Investigators believe that Erica Martinez Chavez was driving north along a canal maintenance road near Road 7 North and Road R Northwest. Deputies believe that she lost control of her car and then it went into the water. Sadly, she was unable to escape. A helicopter pilot flying over a nearby orchard spotted the vehicle underwater Monday afternoon and called it in. First responders returned Tuesday to conduct the recovery operation. Officials say the canal at that location is about 75 feet wide and holds about 20 feet of flowing water. Taking you to Kennewick now, where police responded to the area of North Fruitland Street and West Grand Ronde Avenue. They found a man they say had multiple warrants out for his arrest, including a felony warrant. Officials telling us that Herberto Villarreal ran from officers into a home there in the 500 block of West Anatat Avenue. It happened just before 4:30 Wednesday morning. They say that he refused to come out of the house, leading the Tri-City Regional SWAT team and K-9 Ivan to come in and provide assistance. Kennewick police then found him hiding in an attic. They arrested him on multiple charges, including resisting arrest. He's now been booked into the Benton County Jail. And taking you to Yakima, where a new ordinance which provides law enforcement with the necessary tools to identify establishments engaging in unauthorized sexual services at massage parlors is now in effect. City Council voting on the resolution during Tuesday's City Council meeting. The ordinance sets forth a framework aimed at detecting and preventing a range of regulatory breaches. Yakima detectives say by enforcing these standards, the city seeks to ensure a safe, reputable environment for both consumers and licensed practitioners alike. The new rule prohibits a massage business from operating between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. It also states that each massage therapist must be 18 or older and needs to be licensed or certified by the Department of Health.
Last month, an undercover operation was conducted, which resulted in 8 arrests for an offer and agreement of sexual services. We believe this operation highlights how big the problem actually is. Adopting this ordinance will assist law enforcement by providing more opportunity for oversight and make it difficult for businesses to establish themselves and provide illegal sexual services.
The resolution was adopted fast and passed with a vote of 7-0. Yakima City Council also approving another resolution on Tuesday night authorizing funding for a brand new regional crash team. Data shows that Yakima County has a high rate of serious injury and fatal collisions, particularly in unincorporated and small rural towns. Currently, Washington State Patrol, Yakima Police, and the Sheriff's Office are the only agencies in the region with technically trained collision investigators. But within the 3 agencies, they are limited to a number of investigations and tools. So this project will allow all 3 agencies to form a new major collision investigation team. The total cost will be about $81,000 for the first year. Continuation is subject to funding availability and satisfactory progress. 5:05 now, taking a look into the state legislature. Washington's 2025 legislative session is in the books. And while lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are heading home, some are raising some serious concerns about what came out of Olympia. 2 14th District state representatives sat down with Apple Valley News Now's William Albert to share what they saw firsthand. And they say that this year's session left them frustrated.
The 2025 legislative session may be over, but for state representatives Gloria Mendoza and Deborah Manjarrez says that the work and the worries are far from behind. State Representative Manjarrez says that many of the bills that passed this year left her scratching her head.
There was a bill to prevent having guns or knives near parks or any place a child might be, like a fair. So are we not going to slice our tomatoes and our onions anymore for our burgers? You understand that these were bad bills.
Both lawmakers say they fought hard for local wins, including nearly $69 million for community projects. But Mendoza says her proudest moment came in stopping the closure of a place that serves some of Yakima's most vulnerable residents.
The Democrats had a bill that would close down the Yakima Valley School. It's a center for people with disabilities, and they were going to close the Yakima Valley School and the Rainier School. And we were able to stop that, so it was a tough fight to prevent that school from closing.
Mendoza also voiced concern over the governor's use of emergency clauses, provisions that prevent voters from challenging new laws at the ballot box.
When you add an emergency clause, that's what it is. There is an emergency. There's a flood, there's a fire, there's an emergency that requires you to put an emergency clause on a bill. Now you're seeing emergency clauses on the Parental Bill of Rights, on some of the tax bills, on property taxes.
One of the most controversial moments, according to Manjarrez, was the handling of the Parental Rights Bill. Legislation, she says, was gutted by the majority party.
Republicans put up an amendment to that bill to ban pornography in schools, and the Democrats voted it down. So that is the most horrific bill. That is the one that got the most attention. It's actually more important than the taxes. Okay.
Both lawmakers say they'll be keeping a close watch on how these new laws continue to impact their communities, and they're already preparing for the next round of debates in Olympia. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Both reps also say one of their top priorities moving forward is making sure that their constituents understand what these new laws mean and what's at stake in the next session. 5:08 now, and if you and the family are looking for a way to cool off, you might be in luck this Memorial Day weekend. Kennewick Parks and Rec is getting a jump on summer by opening up 3 of its 4 splash pads this Friday. The recirculating splash pad at Civic Park will open a day later on Saturday. The splash pads will be open daily from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. starting Memorial Day weekend and running through Labor Day. Civic Park may have slightly different hours, so be sure to check before heading to the park. Recreation Manager Brandon Lang says splash pads are a great screen-free way for kids to enjoy the outdoors.
The great thing about splash pads, there's no media time, there's no screen time. It's a way to get children outdoors, recreating. Oftentimes they're next to a playground.
More information and location on hours, you can head over to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, after a flurry of last-minute changes to President Trump's tax cut and spending bill this morning, the House voting to pass the policy. Coming up, we'll take a look at what is in this massive bill and what it could mean for Americans. Plus, give you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He will have a look at your forecast.
To me, Harlem is home, but home is also your body.
Last one, everyone.
I asked myself, why doesn't Pilates exist in Harlem? So I started my own studio. Getting a brick and mortar in New York is not easy. Chase Ink. has supported us from Studio 1 to Studio 3. When you start small, you need some big help, and Chase Ink. was that for me.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink. Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. Find your ride with the new 2025 Kia Carnival LXS. Named best in class for cargo and passenger space. Now just $38,990. Plus, get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Hi, I'm Debbie Robertson. It's time for the Nissan Summer Sales Event, and it's happening now at Bill Robertson Nissan. We've ordered extra cars and trucks for this event, and they're all on sale now. Plus, we have really great deals on all of our best-selling SUVs. Nissan Rogues for only $326 per month. And best of all, we're offering 1.9% APR for 72 months on all new Nissan Pathfinders. Come see us today for the Nissan Summer Sales Event at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Rockstar, baby.
The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
The 3 Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures, and we start off in Kittitas County. 39 for Snoqualmie Pass, 52 in Ellensburg, 52 in Vantage, so definitely feeling more mild in the lower elevations. In the Yakima Valley, we're in the low to mid-50s, 54 in Yakima, 54 in Union Gap, and then in the lower Columbia Basin, mid-50s, even some upper 50s, 58 up towards the Hanford site. And then for the Blue Foothills, looks like most of us in the low 50s. We are tracking some 40s, 42 for Heppner, 46 in Pilot Rock, and then 30s and 40s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your umbrella cast for today for the Tri-Cities. It's going to be a low-end chance we could run into some light showers before lunchtime. After that, looks like we're going to dry things out. So for today, low-end chances of showers in the valleys, in the basin. The foothills should be drier, I think, as opposed to those other two microclimates, but chances of showers in lower elevations before lunchtime. After that, it's going to be a mostly dry day. High temperatures still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. That means all of us in lower elevations going to be right around 70 degrees, but we are going to heat things up as we head into the holiday weekend. I'll tell you just how hot we could be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. 513 Big National News this morning. The House voting early this morning to pass President Trump's sweeping tax and spending cuts bill. The 215 to 214 vote came after days of intensive negotiations. House Republicans making changes to the bill on Wednesday in an effort to win over GOP holdouts. Amy Kiley has details on what's in the newly passed bill and what it could mean for Americans.
We have kept this bill on a very delicate balance.
What President Donald Trump calls his one big beautiful bill contains a flurry of last-minute changes. GOP leaders say they added them to appease various lawmakers in light of their party's slim House majority. One change sets the state and local tax deduction as high as $40,000 for certain income groups. That's in addition to the bill's trillions of dollars in new or continued tax breaks.
This is about providing tax relief to middle-class families.
Previous analysis from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office projects the bill could add to the national debt. It estimates an increase of more than $3 trillion. Some alterations appear aimed at easing the concerns of fiscal hawks. One moves up the timeline for new Medicaid work requirements. Prior CBO analysis shows the bill could cut hundreds of billions of dollars from that program over a decade. Republicans say they're targeting able-bodied adults. Analysts say some children, people with disabilities, and seniors also could feel an impact.
Now we have to save Medicaid. Hands off our Medicaid.
Other changes nix energy credits sooner than planned, stop the sale of certain federal lands, and remove the tax on firearm silencers. Another names a new kind of child savings account after Trump himself.
Everyone's going to have a lot to go home and brag about.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Republicans also decided to phase out the Biden-era energy tax credits sooner than planned. This bill now heads to the Senate. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He'll have your first alert forecast as we make our way closer to the Memorial Day weekend. Giving you that live look outside this morning. It is 5:16. The sun will be rising, and you'll be able to see it right here from the Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. We're back after the break.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save and 3.9% financing on all 2025 Silverado 2500 pickups when you finance with GM Financial. See your community Chevy dealers.
Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking was proud to take part in the Great American Flag Swap. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Rick's Fencing and Decking thanks you for joining us in honoring our veterans and all who serve.
At Honey Baked Ham, we support our veterans. This Friday and Saturday, all active and retired military personnel can stop by for a free turkey or ham classic in appreciation of your service. Come see Vivian and her staff at the Honey Baked Ham in Kennewick, and happy Memorial Day.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and show you what happens on the radar throughout the rest of the day with Futurecast radar. This is by 8 a.m. and that band of rainfall that we're dealing with for this morning, not going to move much between now and then, but after 8 a.m. and truly after lunchtime, that's when all of that's going to be off the map. Then we should end up having a pretty dry day, but in the meantime, it'd be a good morning to have the First Alert Weather app on hand so you could track some of the rainfall in your neck of the woods with that interactive radar feature. Okay, for today, we're going to have chances of showers again before lunchtime. After that, should have partly cloudy skies, even maybe some more sunshine winning out as we head into the afternoon. High still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. That means 60s and 70s for lower elevations, 40s and 50s up in the mountains. Wind's going to be a little bit more widespread for today, but still not the strength of winds that we saw over the weekend, but you know, peak gusts around 30 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, also around 30 miles per hour in the Bluefoot Hills of Morrow County. For tonight, mostly clear skies, could hold on to a sprinkle up in the Cascades, but I'm thinking that we're going to be mostly dry out there. Overnight lows down into the 40s for lower elevations, 30s in the Cascades, 30s and 40s in the Blues. We'll keep it completely dry for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then late Sunday into Memorial Day, we're going to have a low-end chance of some showers and possibly some thunderstorms. Perhaps another round of that for Wednesday, but neither of these days are looking like a washout. Here's going to be the big story with the weather over the next 7 days, just how hot we're going to get for this weekend. So still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for today, seasonal for Friday, about 5 degrees above average for Saturday. Then I'm officially going with 90 degrees for Sunday, so feeling pretty summer-like by then. Maybe a smidge cooler for Memorial Day, but we'll heat things back up once again for Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small chance of showers this morning, drying out and turning summer-like into this weekend, and it looks as if that'll continue next week. In Yakima, the forecast turns dry after this morning with highs in the 80s taking over for Saturday and beyond. In Ellensburg, drying out later today, then the forecast stays mostly dry as we heat things up into the weekend and next week. In Hermiston, a few showers possible this morning, then a mostly dry forecast as highs surge into the low 90s by Sunday. Then in Walla Walla, not much rain over the next 7 days as highs will buddy up with 90 degrees on Sunday and will keep it pretty warm for Memorial Day and beyond.
Thanks, Josh. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Not one but two film legends are being honored for their work in the industry. And Tom Hanks is headed to Broadway. We have all the details from Hollywood coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break. It's 5:22.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get deals on drinks whenever you hit the afternoon slump.
We've got your pick-me-up covered because medium drinks are now $2.29. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Spring is calling. Are you ready? At Queensgate Gardens in Richland, adventure starts in your own backyard. From lush hanging baskets to vibrant landscape flowers and garden starts, we've got everything to make your space bloom. Let's grow something amazing. Queensgate Gardens in Richland, where adventure grows.
At Consumer Reports,
we're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously.
Get the morning going when you buy one breakfast sandwich and get another one for $1.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Welcome back, 524. Talking entertainment news this morning. Martin Scorsese, who has directed over a dozen documentaries, now has one of his own.
And that's not the only honor being bestowed in Hollywood. Michael B. Jordan is set to receive a prestigious award for his performance in the box office smash Sinners.
And for the latest in Hollywood, here's Zohreen Shah.
Martin Scorsese will be the subject of a new documentary series on Apple TV+. Documentarian Rebecca Miller just got exclusive access to the legendary director's film archives for the project. Scorsese is no stranger to documentaries, having directed over a dozen of them himself.
You twins? Nah, we cousins.
Michael B. Jordan is being honored for his film career. The Sinners star is set to receive the American Cinematheque Award at a ceremony taking place in Beverly Hills on November 20th. After its release last month, Sinners had the best debut for an original film since 2019.
There are many things you can do.
Tom Hanks is headed off Broadway. He's booked to star in a new play he co-wrote called The World of Tomorrow. The Oscar winner will play a scientist from the future in the time-traveling adventure set for an 8-week run in New York this fall.
Believing in even the possibility of a happy ending is a very powerful thing.
And happy birthday to Jennifer Goodwin. The Once Upon a Time star is 47 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Zohreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A lot going on. Have you seen Sinners? Have you watched that? I haven't either.
I've heard a lot of chatter about it in this studio.
Yeah.
We have some fans. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you, our floor director, did you like it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're getting thumbs up for Sinners.
Yes.
All right. Guess we're gonna have to watch it. It's getting a lot of hype. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. They may be cute, but don't let the wagging tails fool you. These pups are training to take a bite out of crime. Coming up, we're taking a deep dive into the program working to shape the next generation of canine officers. Plus, some new tech could help decrease the spread of wildfires while also keeping fire crews safer. After the break, we'll take a look at the Burn Bot.
In today's Tech Bites, Nike's return to Amazon. Nike hasn't sold its products directly on Amazon since 2019. It left to focus on selling sneakers and gear directly through its own websites and stores. Now, Nike is coming back to Amazon to reach consumers wherever and however they shop. Next, Amazon is comparing its new feature to AI-powered shopping experts. They include audio summaries on select product pages that discuss reviews and details about that product from across the internet. Amazon says the idea is to provide important information in a conversational style. Volvo will soon be the first automaker to install Google's Gemini AI chatbot in its cars. The technology will allow drivers to have more natural conversations with their cars, including help with navigation. Volvo says the chatbot will help drivers ease their cognitive load and keep their eyes on the road. Those are your Tech Bites.
When it comes to clogged gutters, you might say I've seen it all. Leaves, spinners, wiffle balls, you name it. Because any gutter open to the elements is gonna gather debris and clog over time. And that can cause all kinds of problems. But get Leaf Filter and the problem's solved.
Leaf Filter's patented technology keeps debris out of your gutters for the life of your home.
It's dependable, proven, tested. Like me.
So when experience matters, get Leaf Filter. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Welcome to the 100-degree sweat test. Which one of these 2 antiperspirants can stand up to the heat? Looks like ordinary antiperspirants can't take the heat. Ordinary antiperspirants can't fight sweat better than Secret Clinical. Try new Secret Clinical Strength Spray.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Josh Colbert.
Jessica has the morning off, and she loves the 3-degree guarantee. I think it's one of her favorite parts of the whole show.
I think so.
Are you still happy? I haven't looked.
Yes, I am still happy. As I got it right yesterday, the jackpot keeps going up. So let's just go ahead and show you.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, sponsored by a friend.
Oh, you nailed it.
Yeah, oh, thank you. Yeah, sponsored by our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yesterday, I went with a forecast high of 71 in Pasco Tri-Cities. And what do you know? Verified right at 71, so the jackpot went up to $725. So for today, I'm once again going with a forecast high of 71 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 68 to 74, the jackpot's going to hit $750. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot will be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Now what's on your screen is a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils, and it's just kind of gray and muggy outside for this morning as we are tracking this band of very light rainfall spanning from the lower Yakima Valley into the lower Columbia Basin. And so, again, this is just mostly light rainfall for the time being, and we're going to be mostly dry after lunchtime. Right now, temperatures in the 50s for lower elevations, 30s up in the Cascades, 40s up in the Blues. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities, and like I just mentioned, really after lunchtime, we're going to be much drier, and also the sunshine is going to start to win out as it is pretty cloudy for this morning. But later in the day, highs going to get up to around where they've been as of late, about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So all of us in lower elevation spots going to be right around 70. And I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. Well, with increased upstream releases, authorities are warning of higher water levels and swift cold water on the Yakima River, and they're wanting you to be prepared for the weekend. Officials say rafting, kayaking, and fishing activities will present an increased risk due to the increase in flow. People are urged to exercise caution if you are interacting with the river, even if you're just along the shore. And fire crews in Pasco were busy yesterday evening responding to 2 different fires within just a couple hours of each other. The first was a house fire on the 1700 block of West Hopkins Street. It broke out shortly before 3 p.m. A number of streets in that area were shut down as crews got that fire put out. The fire was contained to the top of a dresser and was actually out when firefighters arrived. They believe a candle may have been the cause. The people who were at the house when the fire started were able to get out safely. No injuries were reported. And then just a couple hours later, around 5:30, Pasco Fire responded to a shed fire, this one on the 800 block of North 3rd Avenue. The building was an unattached type of shed. The structure was fully engulfed in flames when crews arrived. No one was hurt in this fire either. The residents believe that the fire could have been started by an electrical cord. Crews are still trying to figure out just what started that fire. Well, over this past week, Brown & Sons on Evans Street in Milton Freewater has been broken into 3 times. And around 8 o'clock Tuesday night, officers responded yet again and made contact with a 48-year-old suspect, Matthew Bodine Weiss. He was arrested, but police say there are likely more suspects. Detectives are also working to recover stolen property in the excess of $1,000. If you know anything about these break-ins in Milton Freewater, call police. Moving to a developing situation in the city of Granger now, officials say that the Sunnyside Valley Irrigation District informed them that recent repairs were not sufficient. SVID turned off irrigation access in response to a broken line located outside of the city limits last week. The city is saying that the outage is not within their control and the repairs will have to start over, taking a minimum of 2 days to complete. 5:33, taking you to Walla Walla, where a big-name bargain store is opening up just in time for summer shopping. Burlington Stores is opening its newest location on June 6th at 1648 West Poplar Street, bringing its everyday discounts on brand-name merchandise to the Valley. As a part of the grand opening celebration, the first 100 adult shoppers will receive a $10 bonus card to use towards their purchase. A ribbon-cutting ceremony will also be held to mark the occasion. Well, when it comes to fighting crime, some of the most important officers don't walk on 2 legs. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us how the Pacific Northwest Group is training 4-legged crime fighters to sniff out danger.
For years, dogs have been hunters, protectors, even entertainers. But service dogs may have the most dangerous job yet, sniffing out bombs before they explode.
Yes.
Bomb-sniffing dogs, officially known as explosive detection dogs, can detect everything from TNT to homemade explosives. With up to 300 million scent receptors in their nose, they're the most effective detection tool we've got. At the Pasco Aviation Museum, these dogs are training to find those harmful devices.
We've got narcotics dogs and explosive detection firearm dogs here, and we set up scenarios that are reality-based, so we have to be out in non-training environments, new environments for the dogs.
From airports to stadiums, some of the world's most powerful bomb detectors walk on 4 legs. In the world of law enforcement, detection dogs are nothing short of superheroes. Whether it's sniffing out drugs or detecting explosives, these canine teams are a critical part of keeping our communities safe.
We're the only police law enforcement canine organization currently that requires a double-blind certification. The handler doesn't know where the explosives are, and there's no trainer there for them to read and watch.
To put it in perspective, say you smell a bowl of popcorn, but you're not sure where it comes from. These dogs are trained to find that source.
Never the dog's fault, it's always the handler's fault. So a good portion of what we do is working on training the handlers.
Each year, their big event is a multi-day conference packed with expert instructors from across North America. For these officers and their 4-legged partners, it's all about trust, teamwork, and keeping the public safe, one sniff at a time. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. On Friday, tomorrow, the handlers and their 4-legged partners will complete their test for certification. 5:36 now, and in Washington, motorcyclists account for about 16% of traffic deaths. And this year, those numbers are actually trending down, with 110 fatalities reported in 2024, marking a 23% decrease. Still, safety advocates say even one life lost, of course, is too many. Though motorcyclists make up just 3% of registered vehicles in Washington, they account for 16% of all traffic deaths. It's a stark reminder of their vulnerability on the roads. Now, officials are asking drivers to double-check blind spots, avoid distractions, and give motorcyclists extra space to help make sure everyone gets home safely. All right, check this out. New tech could stop the spread of wildfires and make it safer for first responders. It's called the Burn Bot, and what it does is remove flammable brush by mulching it and then burning it. And then it disperses it as ash. Clearing that brush to mitigate fires is something manned crews usually do, but the Burn Bot's makers say it can treat 22 acres in 3 days, even on a steep slope. That would take a normal crew about 2 weeks to do. BurnBot says firefighters shouldn't worry about robots coming for their jobs, though. They claim using their tech will free up hand crews to deal with more technical work that humans still do best. Well, taking a look at the Pendleton Roundup, out of an incredibly talented pool of artists from across the U.S., Marcus McFetteridge has been selected as the winner of the 2025 poster competition. As the Roundup prepares to celebrate 100 years of Wallace Smith's iconic bucking horse logo, Marcus offered a piece that didn't just look back, it carried the past forward. Marcus is originally from the Tri-Cities and now lives in the Pendleton community. Very cool. Congratulations to him. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A Washington man was saved from a house fire, but his knight wasn't in shining armor. Instead, his savior had scales and a tail. We'll have his story of how this household pet saved the owner. It's coming up right after the break. It's 5:38.
Hello there. Watch Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Ryan wants to get every new device that's smart. I'm wondering, how can the internet handle all of this?
We have Spectrum Internet. We use it for everything. Homework, remote work from home, doing research for trips.
Spectrum Internet allows us to do things faster and more conveniently.
I feel like that's a win-win for everybody.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, June 26th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field for another unforgettable season. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a fun night out, there's something for everyone at a Walla Walla Sweets game. Grab your peanuts, popcorn, and Lucky Cap, because this season the Walla Walla Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball right to your backyard. Don't miss out on the excitement. Get your tickets now and be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience. Let's play ball. Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
This morning on Good Morning America, it's time to get dancing because GMA's about to reveal the next person on Dancing with the Stars. And just wait until you see who it is.
You won't want to miss it.
This morning, meet the next dancer live, only on
Good Morning America. Rockstar, baby.
The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, where highs are going to span from the mid-50s up in the Cascades to the upper 60s in the Kittitas Valley. And again, we could have some showers on the map before lunchtime. Also could be a little bit breezy for today up in the Cascades and the Kittitas Valley. And the Yakima Valley should have light winds overall. Again, little shower chances for this morning. Highs are going to end up in the low 70s. In the lower Columbia Basin, just like with yesterday, could have some upper 60s on the map. 67 for Boardman, 69s for Connell and Mesa, but I'm thinking for the Tri-Cities, Prosser, Benton City, likely low 70s. Also a little bit breezy there, especially down towards Hermiston. And then for the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains, we'll also see some breezy conditions, in particular for the foothills. And again, shower chances, low end shower chances for this morning. Highs getting into the 60s for the foothills, 50s and 60s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Now let's talk about fire season. It's not technically fire season yet, but it's not too early to track some of the fuel data out there. So here's today's vegetation dryness forecast. Remember that the 100th percentile would be the driest vegetation we've had since 2005. Just the 53rd percentile in the Cascades, Kittitas Valley, and Upper Yakima Valley. But look at what it's going to look like by Sunday. And at this point, it's going to be hotter, it's going to be drier, up into the 68th percentile in the Cascades, Kittitas Valley, and Upper Yakima Valley. So if we have more of that weather, that kind of weather, then of course these numbers could get a little bit worse. And I'll show you just how hot we could be for this weekend, coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. 5:43 now, and check this out. You don't have to be in a fantasy novel to have your life saved by a dragon. One Washington man credits his scaly pet for alerting him to a dangerous situation. Deborah Holm has the story of the bond between man and reptile.
This is his time of day to be out.
Donald Hale and his bearded dragon Spike are nearly inseparable. That likely saved both their lives last weekend.
I witnessed a miracle right here laying on this couch, because if my dragon don't wake me up If he don't wake me up, I don't be here talking to y'all. Come on.
Hale had just come back from a 13-mile run Saturday night when he took some melatonin and fell into a deep sleep.
Right here?
So he didn't hear the 2 smoke alarms that were going off. Lucky for him, Spike was no sleeping dragon.
Didn't no neighbor come and wake me up. Didn't no alarm wake me up. My dragon woke me up, Spike.
To whip up this dragon's tail, Spike whipped Hale with his very long tail to wake him up. Hale discovered why when he went to the bathroom.
When I opened the cabinet, from the pressure, the smoke came out, the fire came out. I backed up. I went in there and grabbed something to put the water in and came back and put it out.
Do they know what happened?
Someone poured something down the drain. Very special bone.
Now Hale is thanking God and his wordless companion.
He don't make no noise. He don't bark. He don't holler. But he made the loudest noise that day I ever heard in my life.
By banging on
By banging on my face.
What a story. Hale says as a reward, he is going to take Spike on a vacation. They are headed to the Grand Canyon. We'll have fun there. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and giving you a live look outside from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is going to be back after the break with your full First Alert forecast as we make our way closer to the Memorial Day weekend. It's 5:45. We'll be right back.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk's Made in America lines. Tariff-free, 4-season flooring made for life. And remember, we'll take care of the install. Love the home you live in.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field for another unforgettable season. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a fun night out, there's something for everyone at a Walla Walla Sweets game. Grab your peanuts, popcorn, and Lucky Cap, because this season the Walla Walla Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball right to your backyard. Don't miss out on the excitement. Get your tickets now and be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience. Let's play ball.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus in Kennewick now accepting new patients for primary care. We offer patient-specific solutions for physical, mental, and emotional health concerns. You'll receive quality one-on-one time with our medical professionals and experienced support team. Begin your new health plan with today's best technologies and facilities for the whole family. Play hard, live well at the PC. Call us at 509-783-5465 today.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk's Made in America lines. Tariff-free, 4-season flooring made for life. And remember, we'll take care of the install. Love the home you live in.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have some light rain on the map for this morning, so let's go ahead and time that out with Futurecast. By 8 this morning, looks like that band of rainfall is essentially going to be in the exact same location, but come time for lunchtime, it should be off the map, and really after that, we're going to have a mostly dry day. But for this morning, be a great morning to download the First Alert Weather app. You can get it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. And of course, you can track the showers with that interactive radar feature. So for today, showers on the map for lunchtime. After that, dry, partly cloudy skies, even a little bit more sunshine as we head in deeper into the afternoon. High temperature is going to be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, as it's been over the past few days at this point. So 60s and 70s for lower elevations, 40s and 50s for the Cascades and Blues. Winds and breezes going to be a little bit more widespread for today, but nothing to necessarily write home about. For tonight, mostly dry. Could maybe have a few leftover showers up in the Cascades, but otherwise it's going to be dry and mostly clear. Overnight lows down into the 40s for lower elevations, 30s up in the Cascades and the Blues. We'll keep the forecast completely dry for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then late Sunday into Memorial Day, that's when we could have another round of showers and thunderstorms. But I think for Memorial Day throughout the day, it's going to end up being a mostly dry day. Then we'll have another round potentially of low-end shower and thunderstorm chances as we head into Wednesday. Here's truly the big story over the next 7 days in terms of the weather. It's going to be how our high temperatures are going to flip from spring mode to summer mode. We'll end up being about 10 to 15 degrees above average by Sunday, a smidge cooler for Memorial Day, but we start to heat things up again for Tuesday and Wednesday. Hard to believe that we're already going to be talking about 90s. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A small chance of showers this morning, drying out and turning summer-like into this weekend, and it looks as if that'll continue next week. In Yakima, the forecast turns dry after this morning with highs in the 80s taking over for Saturday and beyond. In Ellensburg, drying out later today, then the forecast stays mostly dry as we heat things up into the weekend and next week. In Hermiston, a few showers possible this morning, then a mostly dry forecast as highs surge into the low 90s by Sunday. Then for Walla Walla, not much rain over the next 7 days as highs will buddy up with 90 degrees on Sunday, and will keep it pretty warm for Memorial Day and beyond.
Now, the morning sprint.
It's 5:51 and time for your morning sprint. Here are the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning, starting in Quincy, where the body of a missing woman was recovered from an irrigation canal on Tuesday. Investigators believe that 24-year-old Erica Martinez Chavez crashed her car into the canal late Sunday night. A helicopter pilot spotted the submerged vehicle Monday. Her body is now in the care of the coroner's office. In Kennewick, a felony arrest ended in a standoff early Tuesday morning. Police say Herberto Villarreal ran from officers and hid in an attic on Initat Avenue. SWAT and Canine Ivan all came out to help bring him into custody. He was wanted on multiple warrants and now faces additional charges. And a new regional crash investigation team is coming to Yakima County. City Council approving funding to create a major collision team, combining resources from Yakima Police, the Sheriff's Office, and Washington State Patrol. The team aims to address the county's high rate of serious and deadly crashes, especially in rural areas. The project will cost just over $81,000 for the first year. And if you're planning to get near the Yakima River this weekend, be careful. Authorities say higher upstream water releases are pushing cold, fast-moving water downstream. Rafting, fishing, and kayaking could all pose increased risks. Even shoreline visitors are being urged to stay alert. And in traffic safety news, there's some progress. Washington State has seen a drop in motorcycle-related deaths. The number of fatalities is down 23% from last year, according to WashDOT. Now, with the warmer weather bringing more bikes to the road, safety officials are urging both riders and drivers to stay alert and to share the road. 5:53 in your national headlines this morning. Authorities in Washington, D.C. said they have a suspect in custody after 2 staff members at the Israeli embassy were killed Wednesday night. The video taken by an eyewitness appears to show the suspect, who police have named as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez. The video shows him shouting "Free Palestine" as he was taken into custody. Witnesses say he had been pacing outside the Capitol Jewish Museum before approaching a group of 4 people and shooting 2 of them. After the shooting, police say the suspect entered the building where he was detained by security. A witness says the shooter pretended to be a witness and waited for police to arrive before saying he, quote, did it for Gaza. In your business headlines this morning at 5:53, dozens of Disney employees have been placed on unpaid leave following the Supreme Court's ruling to remove temporary deportation protections from some Venezuelans. It affects 45 workers, and most work at Walt Disney World in Florida. They were told that they were placed on unpaid leave with benefits for 30 days starting May 20th, which was Tuesday. The employees were also told that they would be fired if they were unable to provide new work authorization at the end of the 30 days. In a statement, Disney says that they are committed to protecting the well-being of employees who are navigating the changing immigration policies. In your health headlines this morning, the Consumer Product Safety Commission is warning people to stop using the Quirk infant swings because they are a suffocation hazard. Take a look. That's the ones they're talking about on your screen. The commission says that the swings can cause serious injury or death. Product is marked for infant sleep, but the CPSC says it has an angle greater more than 10 degrees, violating the Safe Sleep for Babies Act and the Federal Infant Sleep Products Rule. The commission also says that the swings fail to meet mandatory warning requirements for infant swings. 5:55 in your sports headlines this morning. Following a bitter loss on Tuesday, Mariners for a final time went head-to-head with the Chicago White Sox. This time it went a little better for the team. Seattle playing hard, earning them a close win with the final score of 6-5. Team now preparing to face off against the Houston Astros today. All right, trending this morning, singer, actress, and investor Selena Gomez can now add a new title, cookie creator.
Interesting. Well, the 32-year-old has collaborated with Oreo to create a new flavor. Gomez's custom Oreo is a sweet and spice flavor combo. It features 2 chocolate cinnamon flavored wafers. The filling is made up of a layer of chocolate and cinnamon cream mixed with sweetened condensed milk and sprinkled with cinnamon sugar.
Sounds delicious. I was going to say, okay, she was inspired by her love of horchata. And I was going to say, that sounds like those flavors.
Yes.
If you don't know what that is, it's a sweet drink often made from ground rice or nuts flavored with cinnamon. The cookie wafers are engraved with 6 different embossments. You see them there on your screen. One says Selenators. Selenators?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah,
we're calling them?
Like
her fans?
Like a baconator, like a Selenator.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing.
Oh, it is. It's a nod to the name of Gomez's fans. I didn't know that's what.
I think she could workshop the name for the fans. We'll have to get back to her on that.
And I'm a fan, so I guess I'm a Selenator.
Selenator.
Okay.
Okay.
Another one has her autograph.
Sure. Well, the limited edition cookies go on sale June 2nd online. The collab is part of the cookie company's growing roster of partnerships to help attract Gen Zers. It's had other successful collaborators with Lady Gaga and Post Malone. Malonators. Lady Gaga-nators.
No, those are little monsters.
Little monsters?
That's what Lady Gaga's fans are called.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Do you know if there's a name for Post Malone's fans?
Cool kids? I don't know.
I know for Nicki Minaj, it's Barbs, you know. Like her Barbies, her Barbs.
Yeah, I don't know what Postie's fans are called. Who's fans?
Posties.
Posties.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, Yakima County is cracking down on unauthorized sexual services at massage parlors. What this new ordinance changes for businesses. Plus, a new dog park is coming to the Tri-Cities. Oh, that sounds exciting for you and your furry friend. Josh, you can head out to the new dog park. We're going to talk to organizers on what paw parents can expect. And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. What are you tracking, Josh?
We are tracking some showers for this morning. Also, some much hotter weather as we head into the holiday weekend. I'll tell you just how hot coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.